Let's talk a little politics. Is it World War III? I'm hearing a lot of talk about World War III. And for a legitimate reason, being that since Trump got elected, the Biden administration, well, first, Russia and Ukraine been going back and forth. They've been hitting each other hard. And then recently, I guess Ukraine hit Russia with some US made or US sponsored rockets. So that kind of, up the ante a little bit. So that's where all the talk is coming from. But I will say this. It's it's definitely, how should I put it? We're in the preliminary stages of World War III. That's how I put it. Now, some would say World War III is here. But if you look a little further, war is business. And it seems like now the trend is getting not only the US, but other countries in what is called perpetual warfare or forever wars. Wars with no ending. You understand? And that can be used in numerous ways, not only for political influence, another excuse to extort the U.S. population, military reasons, police reasons, keep the fear, and all that. But that's what pretty much is going on right now, y'all. And you can think back to the so-called war on terrorism. I guess it still is the war on terrorism, and that was the beginning of that. When you think about it, where, okay, you're not focused on a specific person, a dictator, or a country, or even regime. Now it's just, they everywhere. You understand? It's no who, what. It's just war. And that's endless profit, first and foremost. So if you ask me, that's what appears going on. Now, don't get me wrong. Just like I mentioned, we in the preliminary stages of war. But will they be a all-out official World War III? Like, is they gonna call it World War III? Well, we will, but possibly. Ukraine, and it's another thing. It's all kind of wars going on, not just the ones that's televised. So you got to keep that in mind. It's probably a war on every continent. You understand? So, but again, you got Russia, Ukraine. You got the North Korean threat. You got some Middle East, but that all got to do with it don't, because you got the Israel Palestinian conflict. You got all kind of stuff. Not to mention China. Although when the U.S. engaged in China, it'll be more than just battlefield war. You understand? It's already a certain level of war going on between them two countries. So, but that's the idea. Perpetual warfare. War is business for both sides. You got a lot of players in this. Not the ones you see on TV. Not the ones you vote for. You understand? So, got to keep that in mind. There's an old joke. The times the United States is not in war is the times they preparing to go to war. So every time this country at war in our country, that just means we just preparing. That's an inside joke. So you got to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, this appears to be the name of the game. War is business, perpetual warfare, forever wars, wars with no ending, and that's World War III to me. And there's another inside joke. I don't know what weapons they're going to use to fight World War III, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. And as I mentioned, being in the preliminary stages, of course there'll be missiles and drones and whatnot. Now, do I think nukes will be used? Probably not, because that's bad for business. And there's something called MAD, which stands for, it's like mutual, I forget what the A word stands for, but mutual something like destruction. So like basically ain't no point in we killing each other, because that's bad for business. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, that's what it is, man. So for you out here or whoever you're hearing about World War III, it is quite possibly, we definitely in the preliminary stages.